Well, as we were mentioning just there, it was this week that our fight against COVID-19 received its biggest boost to date, the start of the UK's vaccination programme. But having a vaccine is just one factor in that being a success. Another is enough people willing to take it. And research by ITV News has exposed how hard that might be. Accounts spreading misinformation have millions of followers in the UK, and there are concerns that perceived inaction against them could allow mistrust to spread.
As the UK embarks on the most ambitious vaccination programme in our history, the campaign to convince people not to take the COVID vaccine has cranked up a gear too.
Anti-vaccine propaganda is still flooding through the arteries of the internet, and our research suggests that neither the government nor the tech companies are doing enough to stem its flow. Figures obtained by us suggest that there are now 5.35 million UK followers of anti-vaccine social media pages. Compare that to the 2.6 million who follow a trusted source like the NHS's accounts, and you can see why there's a problem. The Centre for Countering Digital Hate has been monitoring the spread.
Well, we've all heard lots of fine words from the social media companies who tell us that they're doing their utmost to stop misinformation about vaccines on their platforms. The problem is they still have not taken action against the worst polluters of our information ecosystem.
We've been following some of the main anti-vaccine sites. This one is spreading the lie that COVID vaccinations will be used to insert microchips under the skin. Ridiculous, you may think, but this site has over 3.5 million followers and has almost doubled its reach during the pandemic.
And it's having an impact. At a recent anti-lockdown protest, these women told us they would not be taking the vaccine because of what they'd seen online.
Where are you getting this information from?
Well, not on the mainstream news, that's for sure. I'm on other websites with people that know what's going on. So I've been there from day one doing it, and it's awful.
Do you ever worry that you're not getting the correct information?
No, because I do a lot of research, and I just don't believe governments anymore.
Just last month, the government trumpeted an agreement with Facebook, Google and Twitter that promised that no company should profit from COVID misinformation and a timely response to misinformation content flagged by the government. Yet since that agreement, our figures show that of the 27 biggest anti-vaccine accounts based in the UK, only one has been removed, and even that is still on Instagram. GCHQ has been enlisted to help counter anti-vaccine misinformation. I asked its former head if the government is doing enough.
I would have to say probably no, and the volume control needs to be turned up. In part, it comes down to who will the public trust to be the conveyors of the message. And I think all the evidence is that public health professionals are the people, not government ministers, to address this. Because after all, in the end, if anti-vaxxers don't get vaccinated, then it will make life for everyone else more hazardous.
These vaccine scientists are doing just that, using social media, in this case TikTok, to address people's doubts head on.
Scientists have spent all this time making vaccines, but there's no point in making a vaccine if nobody is going to take it. So really now it's kind of our duty to educate the public on what exactly these vaccines are and just really reassure them that we've gone about this in a really safe way.
Facebook, which also owns Instagram, has told us they've removed 12 million pieces of harmful misinformation, and Twitter 20,000 tweets and challenged 8 million accounts. The government says they've set clear expectations of tech firms and will be holding them to account.
Our ability to leave the pandemic behind relies on people's faith in the vaccine not being undermined. Yet despite all the promises, we're still nowhere near anti-vaccine misinformation being shut down.
Robin Weeks reporting there, and you can find out more about that investigation over on our website. Just head to itv.com/news.